Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As usual, it's Jerry Kamau. And I'm so excited for this new season. It's a new season and I'm super excited because as the title has gone, it is a season of transitioning. It's a season that we're going to learn so much about change because simply, transition is just change. And before I continue, go deep, I want to shout out my makeup artist, my Mua. Of course, it's Bella B Faces. She now has a physical location. You can always visit her at Juja, opposite Riverside Estate. That's where she's located. I'll tag her Instagram page here and also a phone number. You can always give her a call for your bookings and for all type of makeups that you want. So, without much ado, let's get right into it. So, for those who have been here long enough, I'm sure you're wondering, oh, so she changed the name of the YouTube channel. Is it still Jerry Kamau, or what really happened? So it's also transition. Um, I think I've been lost for 8 to 9 months since my last video, and in those 9 months, I've discovered a lot of things. I've also been able to grow, and it is in those 9 months that I was inspired to come up with this season titled Transition. And yes, we have a new YouTube name, Scripted Grace by Jerry K. Of course, K stands for Kamau. It might change soon, but it'll still be a K. But for now, it's still Jerry Kamau. Kamau is my father. So it's Scripted Grace. I want to believe that my life, every change that I've experienced, everything in my life, it has taken grace. I've had to write down, you're told to write down your testimonies. I've had to write down my testimonies, what I've gone through, what has changed in my life. And that is why it's called scripted, because it's things that I've written. It's things I've not only written in books, I've also written in my heart, I've written in my mind, of the things and the changes that have gone, of how grace has taken me, of how grace has carried me all along. So I'm so excited about this new episode, this new season, sorry. And I really hope you're going to enjoy it. This season is full of my own personal stories. You'll be shocked that you didn't even know who seated here. But I think it's all for good because the Bible says that everything worketh for good for those who trust in the Lord. So I'm really excited. Honestly, I'm super. I've never, of course, I've done previous videos, but I think this episode is one of the episodes that I'm super excited to shoot every single day. It has taken effort. It has taken my friends to push me. It has taken them to remind me that yes, you have a story. It has taken them to keep reminding me, come on, do it. You are doing great. But sometimes it's a story for another video. Before I tell you what you're going to expect in this episode, um, but in other days, you don't feel like you're good enough. You don't feel like your content is touching people the right way. You don't feel like your content is making the right kind of impact. But these people have been there. I don't want to mention their names because I know they are lucky people. See what were screen. But I really want to appreciate them. They know themselves. I really want to appreciate them for always reminding me that my content had message, that my content was impactful to people, that I may not see it now, but some years down the line, I'll be able to appreciate my content. I'll also be able to see the kind of impact that it has created across generations. I'll be able to see what God can do over the years through my content. So thank you so much to my friends. You know yourself, super grateful for having you, and thank you for also um, allowing me to be your friend. Yeah. So I think in this episode, I why do I keep saying episode? Okay, in this season, I I plan to have 8 episodes. I may not be able to mention all of them in chronological order, but I'll mention just but a few titles that you can be sure to expect even as we go along, even as we go through this season. Um, I think one of them which I've really struggled with is self forgiveness and growth. It's just a topic. You guys need to stay here because there's a story that well, well, there's just a story there that will shock so many, and you will realize that you're not alone in the messes that you make. And you're never too late. You're not your mistakes. You're not your past. that you can always forgive yourself. It's the hardest thing to do. Forgiving others, I think it's quite simple, but forgiving yourself, as I've learned through the months and through the years, it's one of the hardest thing to do. So I think one of our topics, not I think, one of our topics is going to be self-forgiveness and growth, overcoming shame and guilt, because it goes without saying that once you're struggling with some sort of guilt, once you're struggling with something that, a mistake that you've done, there are times that you go through guilt, there are times that you're ashamed about your mistakes, there are times that you're ashamed about your past, but I'm here to remind you that you can overcome that, and you're not just alone. I did it in my own simple way, in my own complicated way. You also can do it in your own way. I'll just share with you my story of how I did it, what happened in between there. So you need to stick around for this new season. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be smoky hot. I also There's also cultivating patience in transition, because some of these things, like if you're learning to forgive yourself, it means you're changing from 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 stopping to be too hard on yourself and now learning to be soft on yourself. And that's a transition, that's change, that is drastic. Sometimes it's drastic, sometimes it's slow. And during any type of transition, you need a lot of patience. And patience is one thing that, let me speak for myself. I've struggled with patience. One of my good friends keep telling me I'm very impatient, that I don't know how to wait. And also, I think being rooted spiritually, I'm not yet there. I can't call myself a spiritual adult, but since I've grown, I can tell you that my patience has improved. And also, I think that also being rooted or being in sync with Christ has also helped me grow spiritually. So stick around for that episode where we talk about how you can be able to cultivate your patience as you transition, because every transitioning has its own pains, has its own setbacks, and you need to be patient for any transition to go fully and fully. Uh, Another episode I want us to stick around for is cheating and lying. Oh, weh. This one is going to be a hot one. I think that they'll need some sort of tissues, because weh. I lied to some people and it didn't go so well. It didn't go so well. We all have reasons for cheating or for lying. We all have reasons. And I'm not here to judge anybody. And of course, if you're here to judge, well, you're in the wrong channel. You're not here to judge. So I lied to people and I faced the consequences. They were not so good consequences. Of course, I didn't expect them to be good, and I didn't expect a hand clap. And I learned. I learned that lying, cheating is a venom. It's something we want to stay away from. You know, I read a quote that said, cheating is not a mistake, it's a choice. Yeah, I said it. It's not a mistake. So we don't we don't do it by mistake. You choose to cheat. You choose to lie about something. So when I read that, yo, you also need to stick around for that, and so many more topics that are going to come. So I really want to share my stories with you, and I hope you're able to pick something from there. Please also remember to share your stories. I'll much appreciate them. Tell us how you're struggling, depending on the topic that we're discussing. Let us share your story in the comment section. Let us know how you're struggling with a certain thing, be it self-forgiveness, be it guilt, be it shame. Let us know how you're struggling with all of that. And I'm sure somebody, they say that a problem shared is half solved. And I believe that if we share it in our comment section, even by me just being here and sharing what I've been through, what I'm still struggling with, sometimes it helps me feel more relaxed, it helps me feel more calm. And I can tell you for a fact, somebody told me just the other day, as I come to a conclusion of this video, somebody told me the other day that when I do content, I'm most alive. And yeah, I want to agree with that person, because when I was off doing content, anybody who knew me when I was doing content and when I was not will tell you that there was a very big disparity, because you could tell there's a sense of not being satisfied. So I'm here sharing my story, and I want you to share your story. Do not be embarrassed. I believe there's no shame in your past, because your past does not define you, as I keep saying. we move, we grow. And as our montage says, it says that in this channel we grow one step at a time. There's no rush in growing. So thank you so much for sticking around, and I hope to see you all through to the last episode of this season. And please remember to like, to subscribe, to share, to leave a comment, and see you in the next one.